prepared, not scared for the storm, and that's just really an example of what we're seeing around Hampton Roads. Is the flooding that could potentially happen here. We got these low-lying houses like you're seeing. I'm leaning back into the wind because it's gusting so much right now. It's been on and off. It's a little bit dark because one of the light posts is without a light, and they were also having it dark intentionally so they could take pictures of this crime scene. People feel less concerned now that we have a different forecast for Hurricane Florence. This 40-foot boat is now well underwater, and the tone has definitely shifted from being an urgent investigation this morning to being a very somber scene. Search and rescue efforts are still going on today. You could see the state police car right beside me. As we walk a little bit closer, even further behind me, there's still crime tape up. Well, 3 billboards like this one here went up overnight. This one on Lafayette Boulevard in Norfolk, this billboard on Hampton Boulevard, and this one off Granby Street. But for local breweries who sell their beer, the tariffs could cost up to an extra $3,000 just for the cans in this room. It's the buzz-in locking security system, where has a camera on top of here, and then a person inside can see who's at the school trying to get in. Just CBD oil for patients with prescriptions. There are 2 notes from the VA Dems, 1 letter right here. It's a sight you just can't turn your eyes away from.
Awesome.
For search and rescue dog Ben, this job is a fun game.
Search.
Take a look up from the front, and Ben's owner will tell you their training to save lives.
Any training that the handlers get is vital.
Eric Darling is the co-founder of Superfit K9. Now his organization is leading a nationwide search and rescue dog training.
It really takes a unique dog to climb a 50-foot ladder up to a 3rd-story window by themselves with no fear to go find the person that they're looking for.
For 2 days, these dogs are trained to find people using their super sense of smell.
Hi, honey.
And in the hot, humid, and noisy Virginia Beach training ground, it's the perfect condition to simulate a hurricane disaster.
That's one of the reasons Virginia Beach was picked for this.
This is the 6th time the training is being held in Virginia Beach.
This truly is a unique training facility.
The facility is full of obstacles and hiding places inside buildings and out in the open. Hundreds of hours of bonding between the dog and handler result in this.
So Sally and I are in here. Which dog are we going to see, Sally?
It's going to be Ava.
Ava. All right, we're going to see if Ava can find us.
Where are you, pumpkin?
It was hot. Sweating bullets. The dog found us, though, so I trust that dog any day.
Get him.
And the life-saving work is all in a day's work or fun for dogs like Ben.
I haven't seen them since they departed San Diego in May.
From sunny San Diego to rainy Hampton Roads.
Greet the ship and the captain.
Port engineer Joseph Fader says the weather isn't stopping the USNS Herschel Woody Williams from making its maiden voyage around South America to pull into her new home at Naval Station Norfolk.
It's very unique in its design.
This ship is the Navy's newest expeditionary sea base, close to 800 feet long and weighing more than 100,000 tons. The Woody Williams is the 2nd ship of its kind. It's a hybrid ship with a mission deck at the bottom and a flight deck on the top, staffed by a hybrid crew of civilian mariners and Navy sailors.
I believe it's going to be the way of the future.
Captain George McCarthy oversees the ship's operation and navigation.
Every day when I get up, I remind myself what a privilege it is.
Just a great opportunity to come together and form that team.
Lieutenant Commander Corey Rank is in charge of the sailors on the ship. Sailors on a mission, including maritime security operations.
It's such an honor to be part of the maiden crew and to be part of the maiden voyage.
The ship is named after Herschel Woody Williams, a West Virginia resident and Marine Corps veteran who won a Medal of Honor in the Battle of Iwo Jima. Now at its new home port for a year and expected to go off on a mission at sea from then on. In Norfolk, Megan Shinn, 13 News Now. Only 1 inch from the ground, Rick Raleigh keeps his spirit high as he hand cycles 1,500 miles from New York to Florida.
Been good. It feels awesome.
Cleaning off the dirt that collected on his bike.
Richmond to here.
His 15-day journey is now taking him through the heat in Virginia Beach. He says his journey began when he was serving in Iraq with the Army. While on duty, Raleigh was hurt in an IED explosion, causing him to have PTSD.
No one says, oh, you have PTSD, let me help you. Everyone's like, oh, you have PTSD, and then they step back.
After returning home in 2009, Raleigh was in a truck accident, paralyzing him from the waist down.
When I got paralyzed, I broke my arm in half as well, and I have a plate and 9 screws in there.
With physical and mental challenges, Raleigh found help through the Boot Campaign, a nonprofit funding individualized recovery for veterans who often hesitate to ask for help.
They always think someone deserves it more than them.
But now he's back on track with life and back on the bike. He's fundraising for the foundation that saved him. On the road, he remembers veterans he knew but couldn't save.
Everyone came home alive, but once we got home is when people started to die. What's up, Bubba?
With his 8-year-old son egging him on.
If you can beat Travis Pastrana, I can beat you.
Oh, is that how that goes?
He's determined to make it home in time for his child's birthday.
The 29th is his birthday. I was told there's no buffer, you know?
While spreading awareness one pedal at a time. To Carlos Barreto, this trailer is his home.
Feels like that.
He moved to this mobile home park in Chesapeake after he left Portugal.
In this country for 14 years now.
But today he feels worried stormy weather from Hurricane Florence could flood his trailer.
That's my scare, you know.
The fearful power of Hurricane Florence is also why Governor Ralph Northam asked people living in low-lying neighborhoods to evacuate. In Chesapeake, city officials asked people in mobile homes to find higher ground. Just one day after the announcements, Barreto sees many of his neighbors didn't listen. What scares him even more is the thought of kids trying to stick out the storm.
And this is my neighbor. If you talk with him, he have 8 or more kids inside his house, little ones.
Jeannie Groves is almost speechless at the thought of staying.
I don't know what they're thinking. I just don't want to stay and risk the flooding.
So she's driving north today.
The ground's already saturated, so what's going to happen after the storm?
Further down the road, we found more people in mobile homes.
Are you planning on getting out of town, or are you planning on staying?
Who showed us how bad the flooding gets with only storm rain, but haven't made the decision to leave.
Maybe gone today in the afternoon.
Barreto says neighbors come up with all kinds of reasons to stay, like money or work.
You never know.
For Barreto, he says he's protecting his home with spare food and water and a little wishful thinking.
God, watch out, you know.
Well, this is the Alba. She's here in Norfolk at the Cobb Marina. The owner of it says he plans to make it from here all the way to Scotland in about 3 months, all for a good cause.
Alba, the ocean rowing boat, with Neil McDonald at the oars.
This is a ration pack for a day.
Are preparing to go home. Home is Scotland, if you couldn't tell by Neil's accent.
We're still looking at Wednesday.
Neil and his boat are prepared for the 3,400-mile ocean rowing adventure across the Atlantic. Together, they're catching a lot of attention in Hampton Roads.
It's just an amazing feat.
And so for a new guy in town, a complete stranger to this area, I'm blown away by the support and just the interest that people are showing, and it really gives me a huge lift, actually. Don't be tempting me with offers like that. I mean, you know, the question why comes up a lot.
The answer: Neil hopes his journey will help raise $150,000 for the Scottish Association of Mental Health.
I suffered over the years with the depression and managed to get help, and it really shows people that if they are struggling, they can get through it, they can get help, and they don't have to be defined by anything like that.
Just getting to this point took him 2 previous attempts and cost him about $50,000.
And I am not a rich man, and I'm certainly not doing this for money, that's for sure.
Now on the 3rd try, pictures of people who donated are on Alba. With their generosity and backing from sponsors, Neil thinks he'll hit his goal.
It was worth the investment, and hopefully in the long run, with the awareness for the mental health charity, that will come through it.
In Norfolk, Megan Shinn, 13 News Now.